Welcome, MXP listeners, back to the Patron Superhero World. We are starting a new campaign in what I have been calling J Patrons, which is patrons, but this time instead of in America, we are in Japan. So, for our audience, this is episode 0. We're going to be going over a little bit of the system that we're going to be playing this in, and everyone's characters, and just kind of set the stage for when episode 1 actually happens. So, the system we are playing in this time is called Henshin, a Sentai RPG. For those of you who maybe are kind of new to the genre, Sentai is just the concept of color-coded heroes. Think Power Rangers. Riley, can you list off a couple, like, Kamen Rider?
Yeah.
Good one.
I think Power Rangers in Japan is called, Super Sentai is just like the name for that particular thing. There's an argument that magical girl stories also fall into this genre, or is like a magical girl is a sister genre.
They're literally the same genre, except one is geared towards boys and the other is geared toward girls.
Yeah, I think they, from what I've seen, they all kind of fall under the umbrella term of henshin, which is just kind of the media genre. But that's what we're going to be doing, you know? Those fun TV shows from old days, I don't know. Me and my sister, Jamie and I, we watched Ultraman a lot when we were younger.
Yes!
So that's going to
be... Over and over and over.
Yes.
Mine was at full-on Power Rangers. I was not allowed to watch TV during the weekdays, which really cut down on a lot of, people are like, oh, did you watch this? No. Most of the time, the answer is no.
But we didn't have TV, period. We had DVDs.
Yeah, we just had the box sets for Ultraman.
So for me, it was like, Power Rangers was one of the few things I was allowed to watch on the weekends, and I devoured anything. Like, for once, Riley, when giving us homework, was like, everyone watch this. I was like, I actually have a leg up for once. Because I remember so much of the Power Rangers just because it was, like, that media for me.
Yeah, we've rewatched a little bit of the, like, original Power Rangers to get a feel. And also we've been watching a new thing, Love After World Domination, which has been a lot of fun, too.
That is a fun one, too.
And I have been watching Miss Kuroitsu from the Monster Development Department.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Also good.
So Henshin, a Sentai RPG, is kind of more based around doing one-shots. However, you know us on MXP, we will absolutely tear apart any sort of system to make it fit our own stories that we come up with.
Yep.
You make us sound like mad scientists.
I mean, we kind of are,
though. We're just Frankensteining every single campaign.
It's not Mark Experience if there isn't a little homebrew involved anymore. Like, that's just full on straight up now.
That's true.
Yes. So if you guys end up playing, you guys is in the audience. If anyone in the audience ends up playing Henshin, you'll notice a few differences, mainly in how we are going to set up the team today. Normally, it's like you throw a bunch of concepts into a hat, the narrator pulls out a couple, you all make a lot of agreements on the same team about, like, who the big bad is gonna be. That's obviously not gonna happen. I've written a story, and...
We're not about that. We like collaborating.
Yeah.
I'd say there would be a lot more collaboration if we were playing this all in the same, which maybe one day we will come back to it and play it all the way it was intended to be played. But for now, I was the one who made the big bad, so we're skipping that section.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Yeah.
I'm into it.
But the first step for this game is to form a squad, so we're going to set an agenda, which is set a special effects budget, which is basically their way of saying, keep in mind how the old shows were. Like, we gotta do our big plastic monster costumes and flashy explosions and really bad karate and...
I mean, actually, honestly, I was watching, like, the classic Power Ranger, and I was like, the karate isn't that bad.
Oh no, yeah, the choreography was actually phenomenal.
Yeah, like I was genuine. I mean, obviously, there's some very like.
I'd say the karate is better when it's the kids and not the big robot.
Oh, absolutely. The big robot, yes. The big robot's karate is...
Whoever's in that suit, they're really struggling to move.
I mean, yeah, honestly, it's a miracle they can stand up in all that rubber and plastic, but good for them.
Also, I remember all the villains being so obviously like rubber. That just...
Yeah, we were rewatching like the original first few episodes, and like I was like, wait, the mechs are literally just the toys that they sell, and they scaled them up.
Yeah.
You gotta sell those toys.
Yeah, you gotta
You gotta...
I think what stuck out to me of those budgets is the spaceships flying across the screen, but it's like it's very clearly hanging from a string.
Yeah.
Okay, so to get us back on topic, to actually do the homework we are here to do today in Session 0, I do want to say, since this is sharing a setting with the rest of our patrons' world, I want to say high budget. Because, like, the rest of our world is high budget and effects, and I almost kind of imagine as an animated show, like, almost in the style of, like,
Are you talking like Voltron? Like Voltron?
Or like Voltron, yeah. So like Voltron is another example of color-coded heroes.
Yeah.
So in terms of budget, we're an animated show with like a decent amount of money to spend on, like particle effects and stuff. But nothing crazy.
Yeah. I still think we'll be pretty cheesy.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, we have to be cheesy with it.
We have to.
Like that'll be like where it goes down a little bit, the writing.
All of the budget went towards the visuals.
Yes.
None of it is going towards the writing or the plot.
Absolutely.
We spent all of our money on the animation team, and then everything after that was like we had $5 and a Q-tip.
The localization for this, the dubs, they're just gonna be awful.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was done by 4 kids.
No! Oh my goodness, that's horrid. I love it.
Okay, I'm glad we found a way to ruin it.
Yes. Also, for everyone, I did make a Session 0 discussion document. If you guys want to look at that, that's what Rowan and I are on right now.
Oh,
yeah, I'm typing out our answers in here.
I will pull that up right now. I didn't even notice. My bad.
So the next step, determine unique aesthetics from the squad concepts. Considering we are skipping the squad concepts, I believe everyone already agreed that we were going to be going with Japanese yokai.
Yeah, because
we did decide on Japanese yokai for our theme.
And we'll go more in depth into that in a moment. We're just doing overall concept stuff. At the end of the sheet, we go into character sheets and go more in depth.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I believe the next 3 are just kind of general roleplay stuff, so we'll skip those.
Yeah. Power source.
Yes, we need to decide the power source of your guys' powers.
In the original Power Rangers, they had the little belt buckle that they could press stuff, and then they changed it to be the watch in the second episode.
It had their power coins in it. So they had a little, they were holders.
Yeah, and Ultraman had the little pen wand that he would press a button on. The first Ultraman, at least. So, what do we want to use to transform?
So whatever you guys decide, I will be writing into the special ship that I have created for you all.
I definitely want it to be something that'll make us, force us to do an extra pose.
Oh, yeah. We need to do the extra pose. We need to.
I am interested in the idea of it not being something that's, super easily, hidden or worn, so we almost have to something that would be a little bit harder to justify being on our person.
Oh yeah,
magical girl wands.
Yeah, because a lot of the themes with these transformation things is that they're very easily hidden on the person and no one ever seems to notice. But
Katanas.
It is kind of fun when it's hey, why do you have a big a big blue...
What if we just had straight up katanas on our belts?
Oh my god.
Katanas? Wow.
Katanas on our... I mean, okay.
That would be extremely goofy. I was imagining like a really ostentatious thumb ring.
Oh my... I like the rings, the idea of really obvious and clunky, that it looks almost like a toy. I like that idea.
Like cowboy boots.
Remember, we have to market these later.
We have to what?
We have to market whatever we make, so yes, the big toy rings that are gonna
rings
be
work.
showing up in your local Target.
My vote is still on cowboy boots.
No, Riley, no. I'm sorry, no.
We're doing rings.
Just like big articles of clothing that are like clearly color coordinated and like from
I will accept garters.
No! No!
Everyone has to wear a choker necklace.
Okay, we'll do rings for now.
Yes,
I think rings sound, yeah.
Are we thinking technology or crystal magic or...
I think you mentioned aliens while you were kicking around the premise with us, so I think it would have to be technology.
It can be anything. I've kept
That's
my
true.
concept pretty loose.
They're ring pops.
There is an alien ship that delivers you your powers.
Yeah. Let's do technology.
Wait, does that mean, Jamie, you said they're ring pops, are you insinuating the ring pops are like alien tech or something?
Yes.
They just look like ring pops.
In seriousness, I love the idea of them looking like signet rings, and they have our symbol on them.
I prefer signet rings with a symbol. I do like that a lot.
Rowan already worked out the custodian.
Oh, yeah. The are you going to say
Which
it
I will
really?
introduce after we go over all of our decision-making here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weapons and mechs.
Okay.
When the weapons combine, their ultimate weapon is choose a couple. Yeah, what kind of weapons do we want to have? We get to choose a few tags, basically, for our ultimate weapon to have.
Yeah, this is our big one. Like,
We should discuss what our personal weapons are, because that might help us decide what they look like when we cram them together.
Yeah, and that was one of the things on the character sheet list that I put down.
Yeah, which I haven't really done. Whoops. Sorry.
I mean, that's okay. I planned for that to be in session 0 anyway. And same thing for mechs, if we want to come back to that after we finish this other stuff.
I would say, going back to it would probably be best.
So the next would be transformation.
Oh my God.
What dumb voguing movement do we want to make?
Okay, I know we talked about yokai, so all I think of is just one person, because there's 3 of us, my first thought was one person kind of squats in the middle and 2 people, practically T-pose downwards to make, wings.
No, because you have to be able to transform separately, so it wouldn't make sense if you're by yourself.
I know,
That's the pose you have to do to combine.
You know, when I do mock hand signals, I end up
It's always that frickin' bird.
You bump your fist top and bottom together and then put them together to make a bird?
Yeah, I do a fake fist bump to myself, and then they combine together, and I do a flapping away hand bird motion. Can that be mine?
Yes.
I have to make a hand puppet bird.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, because I think you chose Kappa to be your yokai.
It can make as little or as much sense as I need it to. I can say it's a fish.
That could be all of yours, and it could just generally... the fist bumping stands for Earth, the bird stands for air.
Oh yeah, because I am Earth.
Yeah,
We'll figure out more. Harry's third motion, I think, is the best way to describe it.
You know what I'm just learning? It's extremely difficult to describe voguing in an audio medium.
Okay. I'm gonna do, a little bit of a vogue and then end with, animal claws in the air. You know, nya, but with claws.
Bad, both of you.
That is a classic.
I don't know.
Classic.
I'm trying to think of it. I don't know. That's also terrible. That's stuck in my head now.
It has to be bad. That's the point.
I think all of these should start with, like, having the ringed hand up in the air and then doing your motions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Throw up your hand, then do a Vogue, and then do your...
You put your hand in the air, there's a bit of a flash, and the camera zooms in on you, and then you do your motion.
I'm trying to think of something, and
we can come back to yours, though.
Reese is doing the thing I did last time, which is not doing the character sheet.
normally I do.
What do we fight for?
Yeah, our principal, the squad currently fights for blank. And then they give us a bunch of words.
Yeah. Beauty, compassion. Oh,
beauty? What does that even mean?
We fight for beauty.
We fight for beauty!
The world is so ugly and imperfect. If only it was as beautiful as me.
Stop! Jamie, smack your husband for me.
Justice seems like the most, like, easy choice.
I was thinking Unity, just because we're kind of all coming together.
Yeah. But, like,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
What is the thing that, like, not just as a team and, like, what the alien wants us to do, like, what is something between all of us that is common, like, even in our day-to-day lives, that we all strive for?
Here's the thing, is my character is literally down to die for any of these words. Any adjective, and he would nod and go, yeah, that sounds like it's worth it.
From what I've gathered, is like mine is kind of like being true to oneself a lot. Okay. Like just going with what works for you. Also for the audience, the last time we talked about this, I'd said I was the Black Ranger. I changed that. I'm the Green Ranger now.
Yeah. I think honesty might be the best thing then, because I'm playing the Pink Ranger and they also strive for being true to others.
Yeah, okay.
I'm mostly here to, I think, people not dying. The lack of civilian casualties and general property damage, I think, are two incredible values that we can tout and spread the word of.
Could be service, helping others.
Service is a solid one.
Yeah, service, I think, gets to the thing of, like, we would generally like bad things to not happen to people. I think service...
Yeah. Let's do two. I feel like choosing just one is weird.
Yeah, I feel like
honesty and service.
Yeah, that sounds solid.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next section is civilian life. I did want to bring up that I wanted you all to kind of be connected through, like, this coffee shop that's in the area.
Yeah.
You can either work there, maybe you frequent it. There's a college in the town, so maybe you study there. Just something that you guys are at least frequently there and have seen each other and may vaguely know each other, or maybe you do know each other.
Yeah, I believe that my character legit works there.
I was gonna say, I proposed originally, my character, like, dropped out of college and is, like, working in, like, some sort of customer service, so probably works in the cafe, too, just because the whole thing is, they're finding themselves. College didn't work out for them, so now they're looking for what's their thing, and they gotta pay the bills to live.
I don't know if my character ever went to college, or high school, for that matter.
What?
Yeah.
My character only allots himself 1 hour of personal time per day.
Oh, no!
So he will need to work at the cafe.
They
all work at the cafe!
They all work at the cafe, that's
We
great.
all work at this cafe. We're all baristas together.
What should the name of the cafe be?
Can it be a cat cafe?
Can it be a cat cafe?
It can absolutely be a cat cafe.
Me and Riley were on the same page.
Okay, what are we gonna call it then?
Meowrista, obviously.
Nekocha?
Nekocha. Cat tea.
Okay.
Oh!
I feel
cute.
like
I like that.
I feel like Meowrista wasn't given enough time to breathe.
Okay, going off of that, I think it should be one word, because ocha is green tea, so nekocha.
Oh!
Nekocha.
I love that. That's cute. Yeah.
Okay. I'll quietly mourn Miaurista in the background. It sounds like Neko-cha won.
No. I love the idea that your character has constantly just like every time someone mentions the name of the shop, they're like, "Yeah, I wanted it to be called Miaurista."
No, that's not him. That's just me, the human being, Riley.
No, that's our job. That's what we're called.
We're Meowristas.
Oh, we're Miauristas.
Hello, welcome. I'm your Meowrista for the day.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay, I'm into it again.
Amazing.
I'll work as Meowristas at Neko-cha.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what is the name of the city we're in?
Yeah.
The city is called Toida.
Toida.
Toeda.
Alright.
Toeda.
Color share base that is... Ooh, what's our base? You already know our base. It's an alien ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that briefly.
Your base is the alien ship, though I did want to ask, I had two ideas for where it could have landed.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is in the middle of the forest and mountains right next to Toida,
Mm-hmm.
or the other one was right on top of the cafe, which is a little more conspicuous, but...
I like the idea of it on top of the cafe, and if people ask, they're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, it just a new little detail."
Going back to the thing of we want our transformation gimmick to be extremely hard to hide and explain away, I feel that the spaceship should also be as conspicuous as possible.
What if your transformation item was like an apron?
Oh, no.
Gosh.
We turn them around to be capes.
Cat ears.
No.
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 It's the
The
cat
cat
ears.
cafe is unrelated.
Yeah, the cat cafe is unrelated. Just
Unrelated.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was a part of our life before this happened.
So, the next one is going to be the connections. However, I think I would like to backtrack and go over each of your characters first before we make connections.
okay. Oh no.
Okay.
So let's skip ahead to, I don't know, suit details, weapons, specs. What do we think?
I think right off the bat, just go top to bottom. What do we want on our suit? Like, what is the combining thing? What do we all have on our suit that shows that we're a team?
Yeah, like what do our suits generally look like before you change the color and add the personal detail also?
Well, I think for the most part, it looks like the classic Power Rangers thing. It's like the power
I
suit.
mean, well, you can differentiate that.
No, but everyone, there are very
Yeah, I was
different
gonna
iterations
say.
of what the power suits look like,
I
though, is what I'm
guess.
saying.
Okay, question. Decals. Do you want the decals to be white or black?
I've done a lot of,
I mean, I like white.
Gold.
yeah, white. Let's do
Let's do white.
Do you like a metallic color?
Oh, you know what? That might be fun. We could do like gold. That could be interesting.
Gold, iridescent.
Ooh, an iridescent might be fun.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know, like those 90s iridescent, like, plasticky
Oh god.
fabric? That's like,
I like that.
at any given moment, it's purple, pink, blue, and silver.
Yeah, it kind of shows up as white, but when you move, it turns iridescent.
Okay, so
Yeah.
white iridescent decal there.
Holographic, that's the thing I was thinking of.
Holographic decal. Oh my goodness. That sounds like an eyesore.
I like the idea of the suits being one's mostly solid color, and then for
Yeah.
the helmet, I like a really what's
It's gotta have, like, the big helmet with the visor.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Here's the thing. I hate how the original Power Rangers and some later thing would have had little metal mouths on the helmet.
That was so
Yeah.
weird.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, no.
So if the visor could be like,
I liked how Love After World Domination did it, where each of them actually had a different helmet that they felt more comfortable in. Like, one of them had, like, a half helmet visor and their mouth was showing. I think Red has, like, a full helmet. And Just everyone had something else that made them more comfortable.
I do think full head is an interesting way to go.
I personally like the full head one, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make them modular. So, like, I currently have a modular motorcycle helmet, which I think is amazing.
What does that mean?
Basically, the front part unlatches and kind of goes up almost like the entire jaw is a visor.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I had one of those when I rode with my dad. Yeah, I like those.
I am into that. Yes.
Yeah, that's a solid because it's also I personally really like it too because it's a little easier when you like move the whole face up. You're like, hey, instead of.
Wow.
Ugh.
Some of these biking outfits do just genuinely look like Power Rangers outfits. Like, for real.
Because it was based off biker outfits.
Also, you have to cover your whole body when, like, it's recommended you cover your whole body when you bike.
Yeah. I think besides that, we can come up with our own details separately for our rangers. Well, troopers, I guess, in this.
I feel like troopers is
Yeah,
the general,
trooper.
like, instead of rangers.
Yeah, I don't think we can say rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Troopers. Yeah.
Weapons. Do we want to have a theme for weapons, or does it matter?
I was going to say the opposite of our weapons should be, like, we all should cover a different range or have very different
Oh,
weapons.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all going to combine into one thing, so I think it would be fine if you all wanted to go with different ones.
Yeah, I feel like different ones and different ranges, so, like...
I think I want to go staff for mine.
Okay.
Like, I know it's not very, like, weapon-y, but, like, Donatello kind of style of... He's more about taking down without too much damage kind of way. Unless you count the ones that have a knife in their staff.
Yeah, okay.
What are you thinking, Reese?
I was gonna ask you first because I have the least, so I'm, like, the least info, so, like, I can kind of adapt it a little easier.
I can go either way. I could do a sword or a bow.
Ooh, a bow might be fun, because sword is pretty common.
Sword is pretty common, because I wasn't even thinking of sword, because that could be our big weapon. I wasn't thinking of sword for mine.
I think
Okay.
for Blue, being the one that has to do all of, like, the very careful
Yeah,
planning.
that's a solid one, a bow then for Blue. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Then I'll take the
Then,
bow.
because I was thinking kind of being true to yourself. Again, this is why I was like, I'm fine with whatever.
Okay. Hear me out. Nunchucks.
Nunchucks. You are right. I used to use nunchucks in karate, so absolutely. Memory
Oh my gosh,
lane.
for real?
Yeah, I was a brown belt in karate. I was 3 belts away from a black belt.
Cool.
Just like a heads up. So I did,
Before you stop being able to move.
yeah, well, that was also before I even moved to Alaska, but yeah, a lot of it really was.
What do these combine into? What? A staff, a bow, and nunchucks.
So I looked up ancient Japanese weaponry, and there's something called a kasarigama, which is like...
Sarigama. Oh, kusarigama. Oh, the sickle chains.
Yeah, sickle chain.
Oh,
So it's ranged,
sickle
it's bladed, and it's got a staff.
Yeah.
But is that fun to see us all holding together?
I mean, it is our big weapon when we're in the mech.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to hold it together. Just give it to one person.
Okay, but I hate it when they all combine their weapons into a super cool special weapon that represents their teamwork, and then 4 of them just go sit in the background while one of them gets to do the cool thing. I think that's goofy.
Okay, but how are 3 people gonna hold that?
Isn't this after your mechs combine?
Yeah, this is how your mech combines, so we all have to work together.
No, they can combine their weapons.
The humans can also hold it.
Yeah, the weapons can combine on their own without the mechs. There was one season where they would combine all their guns to make a giant cannon, and 4 of them had to go under the cannon to prop it up
That is cool.
and aim it, and 1 had to be at the back to press fire.
That is pretty cool.
And I really like the idea of that, could we put these series of sticks together to make a really big gun?
How about a really big crossbow? Like an...
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
I would prefer a crossbow than like a big old gun, just because
I do like
What
that.
are those called? The giant
they're just called.
crossbows?
They're like
A trebuchet.
they're kind of. I think are they ballistic?
Trebuchet.
Or arbalist.
Yeah, yeah. No, trebuchet is the slingshots. The catapults, not the crossbows. I think they're just called war crossbows.
Oh, wait, maybe arbalest.
A ballista?
Is it a ballista? I think it might be. Yeah, it's a ballista.
Ballista. Yes.
Okay. An arbalist is just a bigger than average crossbow, it looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, ballista is, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a ballista.
We have to have one person on each side to steady it, and Blue probably goes in the back because you're the bow user and you aim.
Yeah, you aim. Oh my gosh, wait! The idea just came to mind is the staff is what, like, is the basis of where the arrows normally go, and the nunchucks form the actual, like, bow part. Like the actual bow where it would string up. There we go! Yay!
Okay. Mechs. Riley, I know you mentioned Kappa. Did you want to stick with that?
Okay. So for our thing, I'm looking at a list of water yokai right now. Because, like, I do think being a Kappa Ranger would be extremely funny and would give me, like, some clear ideas about what my suit would look like. But also, is it a little too low level of a creature to be the mascot for 1/3 of my entire deal?
No, I think it's fine.
You know what I mean?
Even though it's low level, it's one of the most famous.
I was gonna
of
say
the
it's
yokai.
the most recognizable, I'd say. So I would personally go with that.
I was gonna say other options that I was looking at is one, the upgraded Kappa.
Don't do that.
The Sui something. Their name translates to water tiger, and they're just like bigger, meaner Kappa. Though I also really like
Never mind, that might be something else.
Umibozu, which are just big, scary shadow blobs that emerge out of the water and stare at ships with their big eyes. And I think that also could be really fun to just be an amalgamous blob creature.
I don't ask me. I was gonna ask for some help because I don't know a lot of yokai. I just think yokai are cool. I don't know a lot about them.
What was the upgraded Kappa that you were looking at?
Shoot. Let me find it again.
Okay. I was thinking of Garappa. Do not do that one. They are terrible.
No, Suiko.
Suiko. I'm not seeing that here.
Means water tiger. They're sometimes mistakenly thought to be Kappa.
How would you spell that?
Exactly as it sounds.
Suiko. Yeah.
I was making sure.
They're described to be the Yakuza bosses of Kappa.
Okay, yeah. Suiko, river snakes, are water spirits found in both China and Japan, often confused with Kappa, which they closely.
They're a lot more dangerous, violent, and hot-tempered than Kappa. I think Kappa are better because they're more just kind of mischievous than anything.
And your character,
Right.
Which is why I really didn't want you to do Garappa either, because they are bad.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I do like my weird shadow blobs, the Umibozu, though I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but yeah, we'll do Kappa for me, I guess.
No, you're pronouncing it right.
I am playing a really stupid comedic character this time.
Yes, exactly.
So I think I should lean into it and his mascot is the Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa. Cappuccino.
Hey, you're also using yokai.com, Rowan.
Yeah, I know we had all thrown out the idea that when you guys combine into one, you become a giant Mothman. So I had to look up a Japanese Mothman.
Wait. If that's the case, can I do Oni? Dang. Wait.
No,
Is
we
Oni
said
available?
that we were going to stay away from
Yeah.
Oni and Tengu.
Yeah,
Aww.
I think that was what we kind of determined. I'm just gonna need help because
I actually have two that I'm trying to choose between, and Reese, you could take the other one.
what are the options?
Yeah, one of them is a Nekomata, which is a two-tailed demon cat. They start off as just like normal cats, and the older they get, the more intelligent they get, and so the bigger they get. They usually have two flaming tails. And then there's the Hainu, which is a winged dog.
From what I gathered from your character, I think the winged dog might work a little better.
Yeah, do you want the Nekomata?
That sounds solid.
Alright, I will link this for you.
Okay, so... And then Riley's doing the kappa, so...
It's true. Ooh, I do really like the Mothman yokai that Rowan found. I'm reading up on it right now, and this is really good and cool.
I don't know much about this, but the site says Sinshu are holy insects. While they have a ferocious appearance, Sinshu do not attack humans. Instead, they feed on demons and evil spirits. In particular, they prey upon yokai, which cause disease and spread epidemics. So it's a good Mothman Japanese yokai.
Yeah,
Oh,
so...
buddy, you are terrifying to look at.
Oh my
I
goodness!
do like how it has 3 sets of arms.
Oh.
One for each of us.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a solid one. It fits,
Ooh.
yeah.
I've seen different artwork too, so it's like
That's
if you
true.
just look up Sinshu, this is just the one that they have.
I like the 3 arms.
Yeah, the person who makes this, I've been following them for a while, back when like they first started making this. But I don't know if they commission people to make art for this or if they do it themselves.
Yeah, well, no.
But it's really cool. I like it. They always do it in the style of the old woodblock style.
Actually, instead of Nikomata, I might change that from towards a Bakeneko, because Nekomata are frequently eat humans. Is what it says. Diet carnivorous, frequently humans.
Yeah, the reason that I didn't choose Bakeneko though is that they are extremely low level.
We're going.
Like, they're just cats. They are literally just cats that can stand on 2 legs.
We're going with the very dorky.
No, not that low level. Like, these are barely even yokai. These are baby.
I was just thinking because of the fact that Nekomata are malicious and violent and look upon humans with contempt.
I mean, but that isn't yours.
Nah, it's understandable if you want to choose
Also, you're the
something
Green
different.
Ranger. You can play into it.
That I'm distant and edgy.
Yeah, the first Green Ranger got Godzilla as their animal, so...
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll keep it. Just the looking edgy, just trying to be true to oneself. I'm sorry. Also,
In Blue Exorcist, they had a Nekomata too.
Oh, I know who exactly you're talking about. Yeah, where they're... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and these things can always be taken with a grain of salt
Yeah.
because, like, everyone's afraid of these things, so they're always like, oh, they're evil.
Well, if that's the case, Riley's going water. What about you, Jamie, since you're pink?
Yeah, elements.
Yeah.
If I'm doing the dog,
Yeah, the winged dog, mind you.
I mean, probably air. So I feel like my character is very flamboyant, which also kind of goes into air.
I want to lean in a little bit with the Nekomata having fire, but also the idea...
Yeah.
I kind of want to go with that also as a Green Ranger because of the idea that fire isn't always violent, and it's meant to, like, kind of simmer. I like that idea.
Ooh, Green Fire is also a
Yeah,
really
also
fun
Green
visual.
Fire is super cool.
When you put plastic into fire, it burns green.
It depends on the chemical that it's involved in it, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but it's still so cool.
Yeah, so I'm going fire. Let's go fire. Let's go.
All right.
If that's the case, then the motion I think I'm gonna do is, I'm trying to think of the motion now that I know I'm more cat-like. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to take the cat claws?
No.
And I'll figure out something else?
No, you can keep that. I'll figure something out. It'll come to me soon.
Ooh, you could do, like, a a Black Panther pose.
Uh,
You know how he shinks his claws out to the side and, like, growls? Dude, I'm being serious.
I know.
Look, you gotta lean into it. This is the season to be brain dead.
Yeah, fine. I'll do the.
We're doing goofy voguing. We're brightly colored. Yeah.
I'll do us. I'll do the side claws. I'll go side claws.
It's either that or you do the Catwoman pose where you put your arms on the ground and ass in the air and hiss.
No, I'll do the side claws like a. I'll do the side claws. Riley does the bird motion.
Okay. Named attacks. We need to have like a catchphrase for each of our ultimate moves. Now this I am going to have trouble with. It's fun to establish a signature move and catchphrase that the hero could use during combat. This doesn't necessarily determine details about the character, but instead serves as a resource for the players as a line to call out during play.
Okay.
Have fun with this.
I want to do something involved with fire and cat, so there's going to be Neko in mine somewhere.
And if you guys don't come up with something right now, I still feel like that's something you can have till session 1 to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think it's fun to collaborate on this so that our themes, our catchphrases will be similar in some way.
And it's just a good environment to bounce things off of each other.
It could also just be like a 2-word thing.
Yeah.
The blank blank.
My suggestions for my own are Blue Arrow, Big Shot, and Signature Move.
Bad.
They're all so bad.
Reese, you could do something like Double Strike.
Maybe.
Yeah, because of the 2 tails.
Yeah, I probably will do something like that, especially because I have nunchucks. So yeah, double strike. I have nunchucks, which are 2 separate things tied together. I have the 2 tails.
Ooh, the 2 tails work really well with the nunchucks. Yeah, that works out.
Oh my
nicely.
gosh, it does. It all plays it together.
It's all coming. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
We did that on purpose.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out what mine would be. Like, I'm thinking I might have the word winged in there. Because, one, I am playing a winged dog, but also my element is air.
Yeah.
Or flight. Winged or flight.
I mean,
But I'm trying to figure out how to put the staff in there.
You could do like Winds of Power and then swing your staff around.
okay, I could actually change mine from double strike to double slash, and you could do winged strike.
That might work.
Yeah, because double slash, because when you use a nunchuck, you're kind of slashing it through the air as it moves. It's kind of that, like, it's a slashing motion, even if you're not actually slashing.
Double swing.
I like double slash. I'm keeping double slash. I like that, personally.
Okay.
And so then Jamie can have, like, winged strike.
Riley, which one did you choose?
I gave a couple of suggestions, and I didn't get too much feedback.
Okay, so you didn't choose one.
I like, since I have double slash with regards to that, and Jamie has winged strike,
What were your 3 again?
Blue Arrow, Big Shot, and Signature Move.
Big shot.
Big shot.
Okay.
So we have winged strike, big shot, and double slash.
It needs to have a descriptor at the beginning and then an attack move at the end. Oh, it's so dumb.
The civilians are like, wow, the new Super Troopers aren't too creative.
Let's just say the original Super Troopers were created.
Yeah.
So they just hear someone scream, "Signature Move!" They're like, oh, all right.
That's the original. But no, we're big shot, wicked strike, and double slash. We're good.
Bouncing back, I can introduce you to your ship a little bit more, if you want.
Ooh.
Sure, yeah.
I'm into it.
I wrote out, so you know like that thing in Japanese shows where everything kind of pauses and the narrator comes in and basically explains what's happening in every single episode. It's the same exact.
Yes.
So I wrote out a little thing, and it goes, Onegai, an alien ship carrying unknown cargo sent from space to Earth, delivered with the help of galactic carrier Kaku in the small town of Toita, Japan, gives our heroes extraordinary power of the Japanese folklore known as yokai.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my narrator voice.
Yeah.
So, basically, your ship, her name is Onegai, and you'll meet her in the first episode and actually see how she came to visit you. But she's basically just a sentient ship that when you guys enter, you'll get your powers. Kaku is he's the support guy, the sidekick, the whatever. He's a galactic carrier, which is essentially a space mailman.
Sorry, could I get that name again?
Kaku. Kaku. And his normal alien form looks like a little blue hairy ball with little, like, prehensile tail-like appendages that come out of it. Like little monkey tails that just kind of stretch it in and out of the fur. But in order to be a little bit more discreet, he has taken on the form of a blue Shiba Inu.
Beautiful.
Yes!
Love it.
Yes! I love him! I love him!
So those are your two people. You got Onegai, who's spaceship that can help you with training. She also streams Hulu and Netflix and makes a great cappuccino.
Oh my gosh, the coffee making machines in this cafe they've been broken for months. We just go up into the spaceship to get the coffee every time.
So yeah, that's your ship and your sidekick that you're gonna have. And then, do you want to finally get around to actually introducing your characters and who they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Jamie, can you go first?
Yeah. I am playing the Pink Trooper. His name is Angel Woods, the element of air, has a staff. Their mech is a Hainu, the winged dog. Just kind of recapping everything when we went over. The thing about the Pink Ranger is that they are a very heartfelt person. So everything that they do, they're always doing with someone else in mind, kind of in a way. So I'm going to be playing a very soft, sweet boy. I kind of played into this by making him, he grew up with a kind of hipster bohemian mother, kind of grew up on a farm out in the middle of nowhere, grew up not having too many friends. He was kind of the outcast, but he still had a lot of fun. He was very loved. His mother is that kind of quirky type of person who very much grow your own garden, never goes shopping, never buys medicine, all into homeopathy kind of deal. However, she is extremely caring and cares a lot about him, even though he is a little quirky and stuff. And also, he is missing a leg. He was not born with two legs. So she did go out of her way to make sure that he was able to get his accommodations and get a working prosthetic leg.
Ooh, solid.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that he had that connection, because I felt like a lot of characters either don't go into their family or have a frustrating bad family or like a dying parent. And like, yes, he doesn't have a dad right now, and I'm not going to go into why. I don't want to, but I wanted him to have a very good connection to his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, and her name is Azalea.
Oh.
That's my boy.
Yeah, Riley, you want to kind of talk about your ranger?
His name is Dewey Shore, and he loves studying and community service.
I love it.
Oh my god.
He has never told a lie in his entire life, and he always recycles.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Do you have any connections for Dewey Shore?
Okay, so I had a couple ideas, and a lot of them have been made moot.
Why?
So, I know his family moved here to be closer to his grandmother.
Okay.
So I know he has a relationship with his grandmother who is very intense, and Like, but like the thing is he matches that intensity, and so like they're the two intense people in the family.
Oh my gosh, he kind of reminds me of oh shoot, who's that character from My Hero? The robot boy.
Ida?
Yes, he reminds me of Ida.
Kind of like Ida, yes. He gets 1 hour of free time every day, and he spends it to learn martial arts.
Good for him.
Oh wait, no, martial arts is a different thing. He has 1 hour of free time besides that. He's learning martial arts as one of his things.
Nice. He has 1 hour of unscheduled time, and that's only because the other appointments happen to have a gap between them and nothing could fit in that 1 hour.
Yeah. I know very clearly he has a day planner, and in that day planner there's only 1 hour that just has a little me time scribbled into it in the tiniest writing you've ever seen.
Oh no!
And that's only because the school counselor was like, seriously, take a break, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
But when will I do my backflips?
Okay, I just thought of a name.
Yes.
Finally. So my character is Makoto or Mako Misha. They are half Japanese and half Indian. I'm thinking from Sanskrit. Kind of is where their last name is from, and so. They moved to Japan to get closer to a little bit more of that family to kind of understand that part of their culture more. Also for college, and then realized college was not for them and dropped out because it wasn't their thing. So now they're just trying to figure out what they're going through in life. Their element is fire. We already went to the suit detail of the white holographic decal and modular helmet, nunchucks, and their mech is the Nekomata. And I don't know about connections. I mean, I could probably think of like a younger sibling, but I don't know off the top of my head.
You just did a younger sibling, though.
It can be like a friend. It doesn't have to be connections don't have to be family members. They can be, this is my friend, this is my teacher.
Family, teacher, someone you respect.
This is some random stranger who I always see in the park every time I pass by them every single day.
I think then a professor that had like a lot of faith in Mako, and just like when Mako was like, hey, this isn't for me, he reached out, was like, hey, if you need like advice or anything, I'm here.
A super supportive professor. I love that.
Yeah.
So
like still supporting you after school.
Someone who's like, I know you're not at the school, but if you ever need a reference for a job or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, so there you go.
If you come up with a name for him, let me know. Otherwise, I can.
I'll think of something eventually.
Yeah, so I think Jamie mentioned this a little bit. In Henshin, there's no like actual dice rolls.
Mm-hmm.
The moves that you make are kind of all roleplay based, and they're triggered by certain actions. And you can do hard moves if you get a token, which you generally get from gaining tokens from doing what's called light moves. And light moves are kind of more of like that, not like kind of not negative, but the non-successes, the failures that you would get from rolling dices, that's what the light moves tend to be. But you get to choose when to do those.
Yeah, like one of mine, as an example, is demand that someone pay attention to you right this moment, which I think is really interesting. Like, instead of playing into pink, which is very heartfelt, if I'm like super angry at someone, I can demand that they talk to me now, and that's not very pink of me. So that's a light move. I gain a token from that.
I like that. That's not very pink of me.
It's not very pink of you, Jamie. But yeah, and the reasoning behind this is just because, like, sometimes you can be wanting to do something really, really cool, and then the dice rolls basically say that you can't. Or, like, just sometimes things will be inopportune. Or, like, for me, I had, in the last season, had wanted my character to fail at certain times, and then they succeeded. Like, so this is kind of the thing where don't worry too much about whether or not you can and can do an attack. just think of what is the coolest thing in that moment. Because we know we're all not going to metagame. So, like...
No, yeah.
What is the coolest cinematic thing? And sometimes that is your character failing.
And I can say there are times where I've wanted to fail and I didn't. Or when I've wanted to succeed and I didn't, so...
Yeah. So that's just kind of the thing. You just... At the very most, it's just the give or take. You have to do a light turn in order to get the token to do your heavy turn. Otherwise, you generally get your regular turns. And then there's special turns, which I think we should have gone over special turns with the characters, but...
Right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's like the one move that each of us has that is special to us, hence special turn.
Yeah, that's the class move, pretty much.
Yeah, kinda. Mine is when... it's also like, in Masks, they also had something like this, where if you do a specific thing, you gain something from it. But like, mine is when you take time to confide in someone, they receive a token.
Nice.
Which is weird. Why don't I get a token for that? I guess showing them that you trust them.
Mm-hmm.
I think mine is, mine says when you take an opportunity to prove what you've learned to someone else, they receive a token.
Ooh, fun. Blue, what's yours?
My special move is when you accept the support of someone stronger, your next heavy move does not cost a token.
Oh, weird. Yours is different.
Yeah, so it seems a lot of these special moves are not so much about what you can do, but like what others... They seem to inspire more teamwork than the actual heavy turns and light turns. So that's neat.
I also find it interesting that some of these moves, like in the heavy turns, I was expecting most of them to be kind of more, like fight-based, kinda? Not fight-based, but like something like that. But like a lot of these are emotional for me.
At least on yours, yes.
Yeah, because I'm playing pink. Like, strike at the heart of the problem. Remain positively cheery under pressure.
I have stumble upon an unlikely perfect hit, gather hidden endurance, summon your mech when danger escalates.
Yeah, like I was expecting stuff like that.
Well, that's because I'm the kind of the unorthodox. That's what it's kind of like. So it says, ask someone what is an unorthodox solution. Like, these are me being the outcast, like...
Oh my gosh, my ask someone one is, what secret pain do you carry?
You ever just go up to a friend?
Hey! Trauma bonding is a real thing.
That's absolutely the Pink Ranger, though, is just trauma bonding.
Hey, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, Dewey, you good?
Unfortunately, my character has no secret pain.
Oh my gosh, I love your ask someone, Riley. How could I get you to do a sensible thing?
Talking to both of us. That's just talking to both of us.
Please, just have a single thought for once.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's impossible.
It's a lot to ask of your teammates, Riley.
Especially considering mine is, what is an unorthodox solution?
Have you considered blocking out periods of your day in order of different ways to improve yourself, and then kind of scheduling a brief period of time where you practice doing backflips for half an hour to an hour?
No, I just go with the flow.
I can't wait to pull someone aside, slap 2 pieces of white bread on the sides of their face and go, what are you? And for them to tell me their entire life story.
I mean, you only really need about 15 minutes to consume nutrients, so really you're spending a little bit too much time at lunch and breakfast.
Me, every day. I eat 2 hamburgers in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Just turns.
Okay, but I have brought you a small tube of nutrient paste for the past 7 months.
And the last thing I want to cover is the squad turns. This is
Yes.
something everyone can do, and these are like group turns. Basically, it's when you confront danger to follow your principle, which was honesty and service, you all gain a token. When the squad is all suited up, you can convert your weapons into ultimate attack, and when you're all suited up, you can call in your ultimate form.
One other thing I wanted to ask, there was influence in a way where we actually look at our special turn, and we all did this for one of the other players.
Yeah.
So, like, who did we use our special turn to one of the others in the past? And that's what helped connect us.
I don't think we can do that, though, because I think the team is forming in episode 1.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah.
I think that's what...
I mean, we've hung out before. Like, we work together.
I was going to say we do work together.
Oh, I guess that's true.
It's like the class is also, in a way, kind of like our race and background as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
It is who we are, not just what we are. Like, just because we have a special turn that says we can do certain things, that doesn't mean that we weren't doing it before.
True.
Ooh, who did I confide in? Both of you are bad. Bad choices to confide in.
What are you talking about? Dewey would never betray your confidence or trust.
I can say, though, Mako is all about being true to yourself. That is Mako's deal. I can say that when you've taken an opportunity to prove what you learned to someone else, they receive a token. I think that was probably to Dewey to showcase that, I may not be as hard, like, I'm going to be a stickler for the rules and schedules, but I still know, like, I'm still going to get the job done. I feel like that's a pretty solid one to think of, is like...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a token from that.
No, we don't do the tokens. This is just in the narrative.
Okay. Oh, in the narrative? Okay.
Yeah, this is just kind of to figure out how we've hung out with each other in the past. What are our relationships to each other? Besides just being coworkers. I think that means that
I needed to accept the support of someone stronger. I'll say that was Angel, and it was in some sort of social situation as a Miarista.
Oh, that's really cute. You had a Karen yelling at you.
Oh, no!
I don't understand.
Angel had to come in, calm things down, and then yell back at the Karen.
Yeah.
I love that. So that means me for green. Then you take time to confide in someone. Ooh, what did I confide in you with?
Oh, I would like to state that I do imagine Mako as just any pronouns, but typically they, them, but like any.
All right.
Good to know.
So like at one point, Mako's, I'm going to be referring to Mako as whatever. I've been saying they, them, but.
Yeah, Angel is very androgynous, like, we should describe how they look. Angel is a very, like, androgynous character. Like, most people mistake him as female. He wears a lot of red-toned makeup, pink and purples and stuff, and he's got this kind of short-cropped pixie cut that is also dyed a pastel pink, and he usually wears kind of like cottagecore style clothes, but again, a lot of it is pastels and stuff. I still don't know what he confided in with you. Probably just something having to do with work, like something really frustrating happened with their boss maybe, or, one of the older cats had to be put down, and it was really bothering them, and like a week later they came and cried to you.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh.
Yeah, I can go with describing Mako is a very androgynous, but just like in the way that jeans, definitely a button up that's open, just like a cool button up that's open with like typically a crop top under it, when not in like the full work uniform that's required. Just like really casual, bright dyed hair is a bright dyed red, like extremely bright, with like with half of it shaved, and it goes like past the neck in a very long, and typically has a braid on one side. So just doesn't care how he looks. Just, you could probably say not alternative exactly, but it's not your regular, popular clothing style.
I mean, it looks good. I'm looking at your picture.
Yeah, I genuinely think it fits so well for them.
Blue, what do you look like?
His name is Dewey Shore, and you will refer to him as such.
We're asking what he looks like, not...
Sorry. Dewey is very tall. He is surprisingly not out of shape. He's quite fit, at least limber.
That's not that surprising.
I mean, if he's doing karate,
No, I mean for the nerd character. I mean, he's a buff nerd.
Ida. He's Ida.
Yeah. And he wears incredibly thick glasses. He normally wears a blue button-up shirt that he buttons up all the way.
Oh my goodness.
And khaki mailman shorts with with a belt.
Oh, I love him.
He has a Fitbit.
Oh goodness.
That counts his steps.
No.
I love him.
Riley, you are killing me.
You know I have a weakness for the dumb himbo nerds.
I love it because
That's a
he's not so much a
contradiction.
nerd, he's just a health freak.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a health freak. There we go.
Okay, so my idea for this character is Rowan said they wanted to do a really comedic and silly campaign. And so I thought, what would be a fun comedic role to play in that? And then I thought, what if I played the most serious man that ever was born?
But in the dorkiest way possible.
Dewey,
Yeah, in the darkiest way possible.
Dewey takes everything at face value. Dewey takes everything seriously. Everything makes 100% sense to Dewey, even if it is the dumbest thing you've ever heard. He'll just nod and go, yes, of course. I understand.
He makes me think of Chris Traeger from Parks and Recreation.
Oh my goodness.
A little more deadpan and straight man than Chris Traeger, because a lot of Chris Traeger's things is Chris is over the top in an energetic and a little bit of a strange way towards the end.
If you fused him with the boss. I forget his name. Who was the boss?
Are you talking about Ron Swanson?
Yes, fuse him with Ron Swanson.
He's kind of Ron Swanson, but less incredulous.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Dewey has never he's never felt confusion. He's never felt incredulity, I think is how you pronounce that. He just, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely sounds right.
And he is going to bring that exact energy to everything that happens to him all the time.
All right. Guys, I have a very important question. What is our cat maid uniform?
Oh no!
It's a cat cafe, not a maid cafe.
Yes, what is our cat cafe uniform? I want to say it's kind of like black tie, but in a dress down way of we wear the white button-up blouse kind of deal with maybe a little bow tie, but it's got cat prints on it and black slacks.
Yeah, there has to be a really ostentatious apron that's involved with it, but then everything else is actually surprisingly businessy. And you do have to wear cat ears. That is part of it.
Yes, you have to wear cat ears, and of course they're color-coded to us.
Of course.
Subconsciously, but yes.
Oh yeah, not on purpose.
Oh no. You guys are wearing the cat ears when you meet Onegai, and she
signs the colors based on
color
that.
codes you based off your cat ears.
Incredible.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh no, I love it.
She's like, this is normal human behavior, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we've gone over everything.
I think we went over a lot of the actual games and mechanic stuff. I did have a question I wanted to ask you all.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite thing or trope about the genre?
Oh.
Who?
It's such a big genre, though.
I was gonna say.
I know. I mean,
It doesn't have to be your absolute favorite, then. It could just be something you enjoy. Because it might be hard to narrow it down to favorite.
I do really enjoy the formula. Like, I do appreciate that everything is color-coded, and you always kind of, like, okay, first they send the little grunts, and they do karate on the grunts, and then they send the monster, and the monster does a thing and messes with the city, and they go and they deal with that. And then the monster gets really big, or they send a bigger monster, and maybe they fight them in their personal mechs, or maybe they jump straight to, like, the combination mech, and that, like, each fight has 3 scales, we're all color-coded, just, I don't know, I like the formula of it.
Alright.
It's very, like, paint by numbers.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts that I just now realized I actually did put into Scion Elect. Like, I didn't even realize this, but now I am. I think one of my favorite parts that is very common in Henshin stuff is they always do a little excerpt at the beginning of every episode where it's just them vibing and doing their daily life. And then whenever a monster comes in, they're all like, ugh.
Yeah. That was good.
They always do that. And I just realized I did that in Scion Elect too.
Yeah.
Oh, I also really like the mechs. Mechs is the better answer.
Yes. Riley loves mechs.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that was just a given.
Yeah.
I think that one was just a given, Riley.
Yeah, you literally played a mech and it wasn't even in our bypass system campaigns.
Yeah. I think mine is the way they relate to, like, their element and, like, their, like, creature, whatever. I like the way that you're able to see that mirror, including with the villains and stuff in it. The way they're able to mirror, like, if they're based off, like, an animal, those character traits. I like that in both, like, the team as a whole as well as the villains.
Yeah, kind of going off of that. I do really love the campiness. Like, most people hate old stuff
no.
because of how campy it is. I
that's the best part about
love
it.
campy things.
Okay.
That's the best part about this one. What?
I do agree, but with an addendum of I find it really charming on old things.
Yes.
And on new things, it makes it absolutely insufferable. Like, the older something is, the more I enjoy how campy it is. But like, it makes it really hard to enjoy, like, more modern Power Rangers shows because they come at you with the same level of campiness. And it's infuriating.
Yeah.
But when I watched the original Power Rangers, I was having a blast because I was like, yes, it's okay for this to be it. Yeah.
They can get away with it because they have the nostalgia and they didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, that was the height of their abilities. That was the best they were doing, and it was so good back then. And, like, it just aged poorly, but it's still so good because you know they were working with what they had. Whereas, as with the new stuff, I hate all the new Power Rangers because they're like, well, let's also be campy. But I'm like, you don't have to be campy. You're just trying to copy something that worked back then. It doesn't work now. Which is why I really liked the newer of the Power Ranger movies that played into the new technology of what we can do with movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really sad that people didn't like that movie.
I need to watch that one. I never got to officially watch it.
Oh, it's so fun.
It had its flaws. It wasn't a perfect film.
Yeah, but every movie does.
But I feel like it got a worse rap than it deserved.
Yeah.
It looks good in my opinion. From what I remember of Power Rangers, it looked like it got better.
Before we get on a super long...
Listen, this is our love letter to Power Rangers.
Yes.
And that stuff. That's what this is. Our patrons are always love letters to the superhero media that we love.
But... yeah, I'm very excited for J Patrons. Your team name.
Right, we need to work on a team name so we can stop calling it J Patrons.
I again, my vote is still on Super Troopers.
I mean, would we be allowed?
I don't know, I still feel like Super Troopers is taken.
Again, we can license it from the guy.
Now, I feel like we should do the thing that
You should change it up lightly, like Ultra Troopers.
Oh, yeah, that works too. But Rowan, what was the name of that monster creation show? I forget.
The Miss Chorizo from the Monster.
Yes, Miss Kuroitsu. In that one, they had like literally 30 different Power Rangers groups, all under different names in Japan.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do that.
Every single villain organization had its own Power Ranger they were fighting.
Yeah.
Trooper Power.
Nope.
Nope.
Ultra Troopers.
Ooh.
The silence was different.
Mega
wonder
Troopers.
Fantasy name generator, please. Tell me you have
Oh, yes!
Power Ranger names.
Fantasy name generator. Why didn't we think of fantasy? They do have Power Ranger.
Power Ranger team names.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do have it.
Alright, let's bring it up.
Oh, but they all say Rangers, but we could just change it to Troopers.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mighty Troopers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, somewhere out there there's a digital Troopers where they like
Nope.
Digimon style fight in the digital verse.
Nova. Wait, guys, we got our like group is from like while our stuff is technology, our main like guide and everything is alien. Why not Nova Troopers?
Nova's fun.
Yeah.
So Nova Troopers.
Spirit Troopers. Nova Troopers, Spirit Troopers.
I do kind of want to play into the yokai part of it.
That is also something I am
Mythical
looking at, too.
Troopers, that's a little too long.
Mythic Troopers?
Mythic Troopers.
Mythic Troopers. I like Mythic Troopers.
Elite Troopers.
No.
That makes it sound like a super villain organization.
Covert Troopers.
Which, if that's the way we want to go, I'm down, but that means we go that way.
Dynamic Troopers.
True Troopers.
No. Bad.
Animorph Troopers.
Turbo Troopers.
Oh my goodness, that shows.
Turbo is
Animal
already used.
Yeah, figures.
I think I kind of like Mythic Troopers.
Yeah, I was
Mythic
gonna
Troopers.
say Mythic.
MT.
Or Monstrous Troopers.
Not Monster Troopers.
Not monsters. Mythic.
Juvenile.
Yeah. At that point, it would just be like, instead of Monster Troopers, it would be Yokai Troopers, and we already decided we're not going to call them Yokai.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
So
calling
Mythic
them yokai,
is probably better.
Secret Troopers.
No, we're gonna
These
go
are terrible.
Mythic. It's Mythic Troopers is the name.
Can I put a small twist on it? Mythos Troopers?
Mythos.
Mythos Troopers. Mythic.
Because...
Yeah, it's easier to say as Mythic.
okay.
I like Mythic better, yeah.
Corruption Troopers. Whoa.
Jeez.
No. No.
We're not doing that
Whoa.
one, I think, this time.
No.
Maybe next time? I mean, we might change our minds halfway along the way, and maybe we turn evil, and maybe we're the Corruption Troopers then,
Oh.
but we're not starting there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like Mythic Troopers.
I like Mythic Troopers, though.
Mythic Troopers is solid. So that's our name. Yay.
We did it! We did it, guys!
We did
I'm
it.
excited to dive into this. I am so hyped. I've written out, like, max 5 episodes.
Oh my goodness, wow.
And I'm honestly expecting it to actually go faster than 5.
Wow.
I hope everyone listening is as excited as I am to be playing this. I've been wanting to play a Japanese Patrons for a little while now, and we are, like, on this Patrons binge, so...
Yeah. Oh my goodness, now I have to start thinking about mine. Like,
Yes.
full on. Oh no! Regret!
It's okay, we've got Riley's, and I'm gonna do a one-shot and maybe also another campaign, so you've got time.
It'll be chill. But we're on a Patrons binge, and I'm
Yes!
so excited for
Yeah.
all the genres we're getting into.
Yeah. Yeah, we're tackling a lot of them,
And
so.
I made the specific rule, no tragic backstories, so this is gonna be a full, fun, lighthearted game.
Unless we get sad.
I do a backflip every day of my life,
No horrible feels here.
preceded by a front flip, and then a push-up, and then a sit-up,
Riley's making sure there's no sad background.
and then I do a spin kick,
And then a smooch from Angel.
and then I do a cartwheel. I do several cartwheels. Everyone should do a cartwheel every day of their life. and then I practice punching, and then I practice kicking, and then I practice stretching, and then I clean my glasses. And then at this point, you'll probably be pretty limbered up, and at that point, you should probably begin actually doing a push-up, and then you should do a sit-up, and then you should do a real punch, and then you should do a real kick, and then you should do a real cartwheel, not a practice cartwheel, because they're different.
Thank you, Robin Mag and I'll Never Tell 3 for supporting us through our Patreon. If you want to support our podcast as well, you can head over to our website, mxpcrew.com, where you can find our Patreon link on the very first page. We offer shout-outs to our patrons, as well as behind-the-scenes information and monthly stickers. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr for all your social media needs. If you like our show and have been thinking about podcasting yourself, I highly recommend starting on Buzzsprout. MXP started on YouTube, and let me tell you, it was extremely difficult uploading 1 to 2 hour long videos at a time in a timely manner. But working on Buzzsprout has been insanely helpful and fast. Buzzsprout helps you list your podcast in every major podcasting platform, as well as provide super affordable monthly payments. I totally forget that I'm paying for it because of how cheap it is. You even get a free, great-looking pre-made website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, and my personal favorite part, detailed analytics to see how people are listening. If you follow the link in the description and sign up for at least 2 months, not only do you get a $20 Amazon gift card, but you will also be supporting our podcast as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.